watch the phrasing. So I said the function is x squared. So I'm telling you that. So the function is x squared, like that. Okay? And I'm saying you to transform that function.
Attention grade 12, letters A to C, please head down to the auditorium.
And I'm transforming that function. So the function is this, and I want you to transform the function. So it is put that way. Now you have to understand what that's saying. Okay? So if I did square root here, then I'm transforming the square root function. So it's saying the parent function is here, and I want you to transform it. So that's what that notation is saying. Does that make sense? People are always like, what's the function? I'm like, they said it here. They said the function is x squared, so the parent function is this, and this is the transformation. The bracket is obvious on this one, right? Because the bracket is here. So everything in the bracket is horizontal. So this whole thing is horizontal. How many things are happening? How many transformations are happening here? Two of them. Now, this form looks a little different than what I gave here. And it's a little different than what I explained here. So the form here, what's missing? Why? How is this guy a little bit different than how I wrote this one? Factor. You have to factor. Okay? The common factor must come out of this. The first one I did for you, but from now on you have to look yourself. The way that the rule works with the vertex, and again, you didn't have to do this for the quadratic. It was never this. If you're like, how come we didn't do this last year? Last year it was always like this. It never had a number in front. Now we're putting something in front, which means I need you to have a common factor, x minus 3 squared. So it's this part here that has to be factored out. Otherwise, that affects your translation. Okay, so it must be factored out to be able to use this pattern. So you have to factor this out. We're going to rewrite it and go f at 2 bracket x plus 2, like that. So your bracket is still here, but we common factored out the 2. Does that make sense? Okay, and that would be 2 things happening, and they are both horizontal. There's only horizontal happening in this question. Both of them are horizontal, and there's only horizontal happening.
Good afternoon, teachers. This is a reminder to submit your period 3 attendance. Thank you.
I did. Okay. All right. So both of them are horizontal. Both of them are in the bracket, and it's the x squared parent function. So then when I'm doing my t-chart, okay, for a quadratic, we always do a -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, like that. All right? Common factor out. My transformation, there's nothing happening with the y, right? So I'm just going to leave that as y. There's nothing around it. Do you see how there's nothing around it? It's only horizontal. So then the 2 things that are happening there, what's my equation going to be? Yes, half for the x, right? Reciprocal, x, and then instead of +2, -2. That's it. Okay? Then we've got all of our lovely points. Again, you can do the calculations on the side if you want, or just plug it in. -2 times that is -1, so -3. I'll just do it faster. -2.5. Stop me if I'm wrong. -1/2, so -2.5. 0, so -2. 0, 1, -1.5. 1, 2, -1, 4. And this will still be my vertex. So -2, 0 will be my new vertex. Right? So the shape, the characteristics of this quadratic is not going to go away. So it's still going to have that parabolic shape when we graph it, and this vertex is now this vertex. Right? So you know where to start it. People are like, where do I start it? This is your vertex. Let's plot that first. So -2, 0. Someone check my points. Sometimes I'm not thinking when I'm writing. So -2, 0 would be here. Right? And then -2, 0, -2.5, 1. And 3 is at 4. There you go, that makes sense. Negative 2 is at 0. Oh, I did that already, sorry. Negative 1/2 is at 1, so negative 1.5, 1. Look, there you go. So that's making sense because did I say that is my vertex? So if you go, wait, this doesn't make sense, that should still be my vertex. It should turn around. Negative 1 is at 4. Is that good? It's got the shape of a parabola, right? Not bad, not bad. I'll zoom in. Do you want me to zoom in a bit for the points? Whoosh. There you go. Right? And then again, negative 2, 0 is my new vertex. So your old vertex becomes your new vertex, and we're just going to graph it. How is that? Questions, clarification? Yep. Sketch. To describe it? Yeah, does it say describe?
No, but are we supposed to do that later on?
Yes, we will. Yes, yeah. So this question here just says sketch, so you don't have to. You can go, the equation is basically telling me what your thought process is. That's why I need this. I'll be like, okay, you did think it was horizontal. So if 1/2, some people put it on the wrong side, I'm like, right there, I can see where the mistake is that you think it's vertical versus horizontal. So this is enough of a description. We will have some questions later on where I ask you to use words. So a good communication question would be, use the words to describe it, or I give you the words, can you understand what it means? Yeah. So I think maybe the next page, I think we'll get to a described question. All right. Yes.
Can you turn back to the first one real quick?
I'm gonna post it. Okay, it's already posted there.